What up, everybody? We're going to do something a little bit different today. I have decided to step in front of the camera. I typically don't do that. As you know, I do most of my work behind the camera. But today I wanted to be able to show you something. I needed to step in front of the camera to do it. I talk to a lot of people on different forums, knife and firearm forums and knife and firearm pages on Facebook, and I see a typical thread of thought is, I can handle any situation that happens because I imagine I can. That is not reality, guys. Unless you train, then you cannot count on handling different situations, as you'll typically be surprised and be in a reactionary mode, reacting to an outside stimulus, i.e. somebody is attacking you. Without training, you are not going to be able to instantly react to that situation in the correct way. People make the mistake, they watch a lot of TV, they watch a lot of movies, they see the things in these movies, and they think to themselves, I can do that, I can do that. But the thing is, what most people don't realize is this. Those scenes in the movies are choreographed. Everybody, protagonist and antagonist, are trained in their specific moves. They train for hours or days on a sequence of moves. When it comes time to film the sequence, they film that sequence multiple times. And then they go into editing and they cut everything and splice it back together to where they just got a perfect sequence. That's not real life, guys. Unless you specifically train, you cannot count on being able to react to something instantly and in the correct way. Because let's face it, most of us, we're standing around like this, all day. That's basically what we're doing. We're standing with our hands to our sides, we're looking around, we're observant, but our hands are to our sides. They're not in a ready position. That would just sort of look funny, guys. We don't do that. So, if you have to react to somebody or something, there's going to be a split second to multiple seconds of time loss in your reaction. All right? Just tune into any YouTube channel that's got funny videos on it, and you'll see how fast people can actually react to a strange situation. All right. Today we're going to talk about weapon retention and using an edged weapon, a knife, to retain your firearm. And this is for all you guys that conceal carry. I choose to conceal carry. I think the majority of law-abiding citizens should conceal carry. It is proven. Do not believe the shit that you see on TV, on the news. It is proven. Concealed carry carriers are less likely, exponentially less likely, to be involved in a crime. When you have an area with a high percentage of concealed carry participants, you have a lower crime rate. It's hard to take advantage of a populace that is armed. That's the reason the Second Amendment is there. But you can't go out with your firearm and think that you're Billy Badass and you're going to pull off some shit that you just saw in the John Wick movie, because you're not. You're not going to be able to do that. I don't care how much of a Billy Badass you think you are. In fact, I think I'm a Billy Badass, and I know for a fact I can't do any of that shit. Never been trained to do it, never done it in my life. Something happens, I have to react to a situation. There's no way I'm going to pull off any of that stuff. That is an honest look at what my capabilities are. I know the limitation of my training. Now, one of the most feared situations with carrying a firearm is somebody taking your firearm away from you and using it against you, using it against somebody else, stealing it, taking it and selling it to another criminal that might use it, You don't want any of these things to happen. So what you need to do is train on how to retain your weapon. And it's really a very simple technique. Most concealed carry carriers are going to carry their firearm around their core, around their waist. You're going to carry it appendix carry. You're going to carry it to the side in the 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock position, or you're going to carry it smaller back. But that is around your core. All right, and it is proven in a startle situation, one of the first things your body does automatically, subconsciously controlled, is it pulls your hands towards your core to protect your core. All of your vital organs are in your core. Your body automatically does this. That's why you integrate those moves into your draw from your holster with your firearm. Your body's already doing it. You want to jump on that movement and use it to your advantage. So, majority of us carry our firearm around our core. Now, I'm right-handed, and personally, I carry my firearm right behind my waist in about the 4 or 430 position, and I carry it in an IWB holster. It's not an expensive or fancy rig. It doesn't have to be. It just needs to retain my firearm when I'm jumping around or I'm dancing, or whatever I'm doing. Dancing, because we all dance all the time. But it needs to conceal that firearm. And as you can see, this firearm is not printing a great deal. If I hadn't told you about it and I stand the right way and I'm relaxed, my arm's down to my side, most people would not even see it unless they're looking for it. Now, a majority of people, they carry around their core, on their waist, they carry on their strong side. If you're right-handed, that's your right side. If you're left-handed, that's your left side. You're going to carry to that side. Now, if you carry a pocket knife, which most of us carry a pocket knife if we carry a firearm, those two communities sort of go hand in hand. You carry your pocket knife on your strong side also. It is a tool that you use far more often than your firearm. Let's face it, we hope we don't have to use that firearm, but we use a pocket knife all the time. We got to cut down some cardboard, we got to open a box, we got to open a letter, going to cut a thread off our clothes. Whatever it is that we're going to use our pocket knife for, it's going to be on our strong side too. Now, in this scenario, somebody is going to surprise you and go for your firearm. Now, typically a criminal works through surprise. They are off, out of your eyesight, they're going to sneak up on you and they're going to make their move to grab your firearm before you know what's happening. You are going to be reacting to that. The good thing is, most good firearm holsters, even level 1 retention holsters, it's hard to pull the firearm out unless you do a specific movement. Like my IWB holster, if you try to pull it out any other way, just the pressure of my belt pulling it against my body, it makes it hard to pull out unless it's the exact right deliberate movement. And most criminals carry their firearm tucked down into their waistband. They don't even use a holster, or they carry it in their pockets. Something like that. They're not going to know how to work your holster. So you're going to get an instant, a second, 2 seconds as they're trying to pull that out of your holster to react. And typically what is taught as a reaction is they go for your firearm, you're going to take your strong side hand, okay? You're going to clamp it down on their hand and your firearm, okay? You are going to hold that. Anything that happens from that point on, you do not have the use of your strong side hand. You cannot count on using it. Your number one mindset right here needs to be, I need to keep my weapon. This guy is going to use it against me if he gets it out. This is a life or death situation. Somebody could die. I have to keep my weapon. That is your priority right there. It overrides everything. You should be like an unthinking animal trying to retain that weapon. So you are never going to let go of it. That leaves you with your weak side, offside hand. Now, first of all, most of us are not ambidextrous. We are less dexterous and have less strength in our offside. Now, you have taken up your strong side hand retaining your firearm. You only have your offside or weak side hand. Your pocket knife is over here on your strong side. How are you going to get it? Now remember, before you say, well, I'll just reach across there and grab it and take it out and stab them, remember this. This is Joe Blow. He's a lifetime criminal. He's trying to take your firearm to kill you with it. He's going to try to take it, try as hard to take it as you are trying to keep it. All right? When you wrestle with somebody, any extended amount of time, if it's longer than 5 seconds, chances are it's going to go straight to the ground. Because you don't have the use of both hands to balance yourself. Your stance is going to be affected because of the way this person approaches you. They're going to approach you on an offside. All right? You're not going to be able to square up into a perfect stance to face them. By the time you react and you clamp down on that firearm, all of that is done. It's too late. You're not going to have it. You're going to be off balance. You're only going to have your weakest hand to use. You are not, let me repeat that, you are not going to ever be able to count on reaching across your body while wrestling with somebody in a life or death situation. It may go to the ground. You don't have balance. You don't have strength. You are not going to be able to count on reaching all the way across your body and pulling out a pocket knife. Okay? Please, guys, don't even imagine that you can do that. Life will show you differently. You have to look at as the worst case scenario, and the worst case scenario is you are never going to be able to get that knife out. Okay? Never. Now, you've got your strong side hand right here. You're fighting with Joe Blow, the career criminal, and wants to take your firearm and kill you with it, and you cannot get to this pocket knife. You cannot do it. What do? You carry a small fixed blade knife, fixed blade, not a folder, and you carry it on your offside. All right? That knife is right there. It is instantly usable. I don't have to have any fine motor skills to manipulate an opening as in a folder. It is there ready to use at any time. I am fighting with Joe Blow, career criminal, over my weapon. All I have to do, grab this and stick it in him. All right? It doesn't matter what grip you have, forward, reverse grip. It doesn't matter, guys. You start sticking it in them blindly because they're on you. Okay? They're on up against you. You're wrestling. You may be on the ground. You're going to start sticking it in them blindly. And you're going to start working from their thigh through their buttocks up their side. All right? If you start in their thigh and their buttocks, you're going to disable part of their foundation. All right? Without that foundation, you've taken half of their strength. You're going to work from their kidneys up their side. You go up here in their lungs. You're going to work their side right here. You're going to get into their stomach, their whatever, liver, spleen, whatever it is that's on that side. I'm not a doctor. I'm sorry. But the thing is, all you have to do is pull this and use it. If you can pull it and then do a return movement, it doesn't matter where in their body that you go with it. It doesn't matter. You're going to be sticking that piece of steel into their body. All right? And sharpened steel is not natural in a human body. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, fixed blade. I don't have to open it. No fine motor skills required. All right? It's hidden away, carrying at IWB. Nobody knows it's there. All I have to do, pull, stick. Pull, stick. That's it, guys. There is no, I don't have to do all of that. Now, the second thing is on this carry technique, I don't think that it's wise to carry your offside knife on the small of the back. I think it's too easy to get trapped there. Now, no place is perfect. I'm going to say this first of all, no place is perfect. But the reason I carry the knife appendix carry is this. If you think about this, this is a natural movement for guys. Somebody grabs you, they're trying to hold on to you, they've got their arms around your back. You don't know that they're going to wrap them around and trap your knife in the small of your back. But if they do get you in a bear hug, this is what you do. All right, guys? That's a natural movement for guys. I mean, guys, come on, this is the movement right here. Half of it, you're going to pull away from them. You can always pull, rotate those hips. Because most of the time when somebody grabs you, they don't grab you down low around your hips. They try to grab you across your chest. They want to trap your arms to where you can't use your arms. All right? That's the main reason that I carry an appendix carry. But it honestly, guys, like I say, no position is perfect. You could get grabbed and that knife be trapped. You know, that goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video. Nothing is perfect. Nothing ever goes as planned, and you cannot control anything. There is no control. There is no control. Don't ever think that you are going to be in control of a situation like this. You are always going to be reacting from somebody that has pre-planned what they're doing, and they're going to show, therefore, much more control of the situation than you are. You have to rely on your reaction, your instinct, and your training. If you integrate this carry system with your concealed carry firearm, I think, at least in my opinion, it's a superior way of using an edged weapon to help retain your firearm. Now, what you think about it is up to you, but I would ask this. Take a minute and honestly think about it. Leave your knife in your pocket. Reach across your body with your offhand. Okay? In a perfect situation with nobody around you, you've got the chance to get into your stance, lower your center of gravity, square up. You are ready as far as any aggression goes. Now, stop. Reach across your body. Pull out that folder you've got on your strong side. Open it. Now see when ever in any type of situation on the street where it's hand to hand that you are going to be able to do this. Okay? That's not going to happen, guys. Never. It is never going to happen, even on your luckiest day. Okay? On your luckiest day, they're going to take your firearm and not shoot you with it. That's your luckiest day right there. It is not being able to reach all the way across there with your weak side hand while you're struggling with somebody trying to retain your weapon when they got the jump on you. All right? Please think about this. Take an honest look at it. Take an honest look at your personal techniques and your defensive wheelhouse, let's say. And, think about integrating this technique. It's simple. Like I say, this is not revolutionary, mind-blowing stuff. It's just something that I sort of thought about, and I worked on a little bit myself and did some sparring practice with and sort of refined it, because initially I wanted to go with a folder on my offside and decided to cut out the manipulation of the folder altogether, basically because I was trying that in sparring, and there was a couple of times while manipulating the folder was actually knocked out of my hand. Because you cannot manipulate any type of folder and keep a complete closed grip on it. You can't do that. So there's a chance for you to be disarmed as far as that knife goes. That's why I decided to go to a fixed blade. And that's the reason I decided to go with carry up front. I can always pull away from somebody. I can't always do this. So, take a look at this. Practice it. Try it out on your own. Don't just dismiss it as, this is just too much. I don't need to do that because I saw John Wick do such and such in John Wick 1 and did it twice in John Wick 2, and then I saw so and so over here on a TV show and they did this. Please don't fall into that mindset. You need to fall into an honest, brutally honest assessment of your skill level and your training. And you need to take an honest look and see if you think you're really going to be able to do what you think you're going to be able to do, or if you need to break that down and distill it down to the most simple technique that you can come up with. And I got to tell you guys, this, all right, pull this knife out and stick is a pretty simple technique. All right, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. I'm not an expert, but I do want to help people, and I think this is a great system. It's an easy system. It does not take a lot of training. Like I said, your hands are going to come towards your core. Both hands are going to come towards your core, guys. And as soon as you get started, right there, you're right there at this knife. Okay? That is pretty simple, guys. There's nothing to manipulate in this knife. You don't have to open it. It doesn't have to be big. A 3.5 to 4 inch blade with the same size handle in a handle design that you can get an ultimate grip on. In this instance, this is a CRKT Obake. All right, this is not an expensive knife. It's not a big knife, but look at that handle, the way that wrap is done. All right, once you grip that, it's gripped, guys. And you've got a killer little blade here to use. 3.6 inches, not a fancy steel, but you're not carrying this as a utility knife. You're carrying this only to use in this situation, and you pray to God every day you don't have to use it. Just like I do. Alright guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I've been thinking about doing it for a long time. It's really important to me. And I hope you can appreciate where I'm coming from on this. I want to say God bless you to all of you. I hope you never face this situation in real life. And we will talk to you again.